Whew, what was that? Hello, I'm that James guy, and this is my 2008 KLR650 Kawasaki, and today we are going to winterize it. We're going to get ready for winter, even though it's January. So the truth of the matter is I really just neglected this bike. I stopped riding it sometime in October, perhaps. I don't even remember. I don't know if I lost interest or whatever the heck happened, and I just kind of parked it one day and left it till now. So it's been months. We're going to do two things. It's all about battery tender, trickle charging, battery health. And number two, it's about fuel stabilizer, carbureted. You don't want to have like old crusty fuel that's falling apart. I use premium with no ethanol, so probably wouldn't matter all that much, but we're going to go ahead and put some fuel stabilizer in it. And then we're going to finish the video off with a little bit of an update on the KLR, which is my friend's KLR650 that was left in a bush for a few years, and where that's at, it's not good. But anyway, so let's just start off. We're going to do a deep dive on trickle charging here. So let's start with the trickle charger. So many smarter than me motorcyclists will probably have already put a lead on here they can just plug a trickle charger into. That's what a lot of people do. I don't have that, but the battery's right, like literally right here on a KLR. So we just need to pull this cover off and get to it. The other thing is I'm not that concerned about the battery on this bike. This is an analog bike. There is absolutely no power drain when the bike is off. There's no, so if you have a bike like my V-Strom that I had, it had a clock on it in the dash cluster. It had digital elements in the cluster that are always taking a little bit of like a few milliwatts, just like the tiniest little bit. And over the course of time, your battery will go dead, right? This one, analog, all circuits open, no current. So it's really probably not that big of a deal other than just to kind of charge it once in a while and keep it at a float charge. But anyway, we'll get this cover off and then I'll show you all about trickle charging and all that kind of stuff. Woo. Woo. Ooh, there we go, folks. Except I can't get to the positive lead. So we're gonna go to the other side and, well, we gotta get this seat off, I guess, right? Ooh, what was that? All right, there's our negative lead right here. Here's our positive lead underneath this little safety cover. Let's just see what this thing is at right now. Oh man, 12.28 volts, and it's cold in here. It's like 5 Celsius, maybe 7 Celsius. So, you know, that's a fully charged up battery right there. But you know what? We'll put this trickle charger on and then we'll watch the voltage so we can see what it does. Exactly. It does charge to a higher voltage and then goes to a float voltage, which is nice. Okay, we've got the trickle charger hooked up. This is a cheap Canadian Tire smart charger. It is digital. It says it's floating, but it always says that when it's unplugged. As soon as you plug it in, it'll say charging till it starts floating. So what it does is it charges up to like 14.5 volts and then it switches to a float, which is amazing. But we're gonna see that on the screen while we measure the voltage. So let's just go ahead and plug it in. There you go. So this thing is charged right up. It is like a 2 amp charger. So what you're gonna see is this thing is gonna go up to like 14 point something, and it's gonna realize it's fully charged, and then it will switch to a float setting. So a float setting of probably 13.5. The nice thing about float is that you can literally leave this charger on here indefinitely without worrying about wrecking your battery. It can just stay charging. So while this is happening, let's just get our fuel stabilizer going. Okay, how much fuel is actually in here? Oh, it's like quite full actually. This thing holds 23 liters. There's probably at least 20 in there. So it says on the can of Seafoam. We are using the magic of Seafoam. I don't know, is there better stuff than this? There probably is, but this is what I always use. Because it's Seafoam, you know? You do 30 milliliters per 4 liters. So let's just say there's 5 times that. So 5 shots, shot glass. Oh, it actually says Starbucks on there if you really look at it. That's weird. Anyway, 5 shots of this. So we will do One shot. It's like tequila, but for motorcycles. And one for me. Anyway, we'll let this charger do its thing here for a while till it goes to float, and then we'll fire this thing up. First we'll shake the snot out of the gas tank to get it all mixed in, then we'll fire it up, run it for a long time till it's up to temperature. Oh, that's my meter wanting to turn off because I haven't touched it in a while. See, it's trying to save its own batteries. There, we're good. Okay, let's shake this thing up. And it's been a while, folks. It's been a long time since this thing's fired up. Now's actually the perfect time to test the charging system on this thing. 13.9 volts, 13.9. That means it's working. All right, it's been 24 hours at least. I grew impatient. It is on float right now. As you can see there, we're floating. Let's check the voltage on our little meter. 13.65, bouncing back and forth. This fancy little charger, it came from Canadian Tire, but you can buy it in many forms. Many companies on Amazon will sell this. If you just look at the shape of this thing real quick, very good flow charger, trickle charger, because no matter what, it will hold you at 13.6 to 13.7, and you can leave this on the battery indefinitely without having to worry about anything too much. Some of the cheaper trickle chargers, you know, it'll just put 1 amp into the battery no matter what the voltage will go to. This one will slow down the current and just maintain this 13.65 forever. That's amazing. You might notice this mangled connection for my battery, for the clip there. That is because this charger was the charger I used to charge the 12-volt accessory battery in my homemade electric car, a Mazda MX-3 Presidia that I converted to an electric car. Here's the video up at the top. Go ahead, click on the link. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. I also ran this thing for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, enough to get the cooling fans to turn on. I didn't know if they actually worked or not. I've never heard them before. As you can hear here, when they turn on, you can barely hear them. They work, but they don't make any noise. They're working as they're supposed to, so that's a good thing. And that's it for winterization. Like, honestly, just let this thing charge for a couple days, and then I'll probably do it again right before I fire it up in spring. But yeah, let's just move on, and I'll show you what's going on with the KLR right now. So KLR, you can see here that, well, it's coming apart more and more. There's some garbage there. There's the subframe. There's the big military ammunition boxes that used to serve as panniers. I'm honestly dismantling this thing into small enough pieces to take to the dump, to the scrap metal bin. There's not much useful parts in this thing. I'm gonna keep that rotor. That is a nice oversized rotor. When you compare it to the good KLR, it is quite a bit bigger. I don't know if it's any good, but that's something to keep. Also kept a couple things. Well, there's the engine, not worth keeping. I did steal the doohickey out of that thing. So this aftermarket doohickey, there's the sprocket for the balance shaft chain. That's the updated doohickey with the rotary spring. And there's my flywheel puller that I had to purchase right there. Isn't that nice? I kept a couple, like, you know, there's some like aftermarket light. Might see if my buddy who actually owns this bike wants. Otherwise, it's pretty much just ready for the scrap heap. There's my KLR getting all battery charged. It's now winterized. I think we can just end this video with kind of a montage of this KLR. Once this bike is gone and out of my garage, I'm gonna hopefully fit the White Lightning. There's White Lightning parked outside. Hopefully I'll be able to fit White Lightning in here. It is winter, it's getting a little chilly, you know, -5, -10 Celsius, folks, not Fahrenheit. Yeah, we'll end with a montage. I hope you found this useful or at least mildly entertaining. To the beautiful montage.